Welcome to A New View. We are Restored Ministries, and this week we're talking about the power of intention. That's a big subject. I actually had to go out and look at the definition of intention. So, from the encyclopedia, it says, definition of intention, a thing intended, an aim or a plan. But there was a secondary definition that kind of had me unpacking a little bit more. And I know we're not really going to talk about that, but I wanted to tell you, did anybody else know that the secondary definition to intention had to do with medicine and the healing process of a wound? I was like, Lord, you're speaking to me on this definition, because usually he'll tell me when he's downloading a word, he'll say, go look it up, and there's always something in the definition. But I thought, wow, that's really cool, because I wasn't aware of that secondary definition. So in wound care, in medicine, you have the primary or first intention of how they're going to approach to heal that wound, and then the secondary, the third intention, for wound care. And I thought, wow, that's interesting, because not all wounds are visible, though. We know in inner healing work and things that we do, not all wounds are visible, but healing, the process of healing a wound does require intention. And I thought, so we do need an aim and a plan for our healing, whether it be an external healing or an internal healing. And it says, what is that aim? Jesus. What is that plan? The promises in his word that he says, by our stripes we are healed. But intention, meaning an aim or a plan, the power of intention. What does that mean to y'all?
So I guess I have two different directions I'm going with this, and I think the first one is when you hear someone say, somebody explains what they took a situation to mean to them, and you hear the other person go, oh, I didn't mean to make you feel that way, or I didn't mean to do this. And the question is, on their intention, did you mean not to? How often do we really think about what do we want this interaction to have or to not have, and do we really, follow through on that?
That's good.
So I think that's a huge one that we probably need a few weeks to unpack, because
We need to
Good start.
and the other one is the intention of things that we say about ourselves. I was talking about this the other day, and it's like we'll say things about ourselves that don't necessarily sound really negative, but the intention of me saying, I love to bake. Am I telling you I enjoy baking because it's super fun, or am I saying, I have a tummy? Like, what am I
I'm making an excuse that I like to bake.
The power of our intention.
Power of intention. That's good.
And I kind of took it a different way. I saw the power of intention, the power of being proactive versus reactive.
Yes.
And I have to be careful, because I'm a people pleaser. I like people to like me.
Right.
It's just how I am. It's how I'm made. And I have to say that sometimes I become in danger of loving my neighbor so much that my family hates me.
That's true. That's a good word, Marina. That really, really is, because we can be, making our neighbors and our friends and our groups and our churches and everybody loving us, but our families are just like,
and you're tapped out. So for me, being intentional also means being proactive. So taking a look at my priorities. So my priorities is the Lord, and then my husband, my family, and then my friends. So those are my priorities.
So your aim is Jesus.
That's where I'm proactive.
Okay.
And then I have to make sure to review my calendar to ensure that my time is lining up with my priorities.
That's
to make sure that I'm
That's
intentional with my plan. I'm intentional that I'm spending time on my priorities. And then
good.
I have to be mindful of time, because time is so precious.
Oh, I know.
It is so precious. And for me, what's very precious are those very early morning hours. I'm up at 5:30, and that's when I'm most motivated to get things done.
Right.
And so that's when my time is ultra precious. So I have to be careful to not react to people's needs when they're not in line with my priorities.
That's good.
And I heard someone once say that someone else's emergency is not my urgency.
Oh, that's good. Yep.
And I think that it's important always, and first and foremost, Jesus is number one.
Right.
So you always have to pray, Lord, how do you want my day to go?
Right, right.
You know, take a look at my day. This is what I've got for you. You know, how do you feel about that? Should I change something around? And then think about the intentionality of your day. How do you intend to spend your day? Okay, what's the Holy Spirit saying about that?
Right, right.
You know, and then taking a look at, you know, of what you're intending to do, is that lining up with who you are? And reflecting on that at the end of the day.
And our words, you know. So I think it does come down to that simplified definition is a thing intended, an aim or a plan. So to have the power of being intentional, the power of intention all comes down to what is our aim? To glorify God, put Christ first, Jesus first, and then what is our plan? You know, how do we line our day, our activities, our life to bring Him the most glory? You know, like you said, if we're answering everybody's need like a 911 call, that's not going to go over well. That's not going to help us at all.
Absolutely.
Because at some point you have to stop putting out one fire to go put out another, and then it just lights up again.
Exactly.
And you burn out. You burn out.
Exactly.
It's like whack-a-mole.
Exactly. Oh, yes, yes. So we want to hear from you. Hashtag share your view and tell us what you think the power of intention is. Had you heard that secondary definition about it's the plan on healing a wound? Because, hey, we all need the aim, Jesus, and the plan, the promises in His Word to be able to heal us fully so we can walk in wholeness. But what does it look like in your day? How are you talking to yourself? So let us know how you view the power of intention. You know, because different perspectives is what leads to growth. And we always want to give you a different perspective on these topics because we hope that you are growing. And we'd love to hear your perspective so we can grow. So be sure and hashtag share your view, hashtag ANew view, the power of intention, and let us know what you think. Have a great day.